There's a Christian ministry called Faith in Action, and their headquarters are actually located right by the Supreme Court. And so right on the front lawn, basically, of their offices, they have a huge Ten Commandments monument. And, they had to get through a fight locally to even get like a permit to put it on their property. I don't even know if they have a permit anymore, but they put the Ten Commandments on there years ago. And their idea was, when those justices are walking in and out of the Supreme Court, they will see the Ten Commandments monument. And apparently that's going to make them better judges. I don't know. But over the past weekend, the Ten Commandments monument was on the ground. It was toppled over. And the rod that was holding it in place was like bent over. And the implication here is that someone vandalized the property. And that's awful because it is on their property. I hope it was an accident, but that's probably not the case. Someone probably did do it. And I don't know why they would do that. But what's interesting to me about this story is this is a group that, by the way, does a lot of silly things. They love anointing places in Capitol Hill. They anointed the doorway that Barack Obama was going to walk through during his first inauguration. They've anointed the halls and the seats where Supreme Court justices would sit when they're being confirmed. They did it for John Roberts when he was confirmed. They did it for Sonia Sotomayor when she was confirmed. So this is what they do. But in this case, what was amazing to me is that when this Ten Commandments monument toppled over, they said to the media, and you can argue this is a publicity stunt, and maybe you're right about that, but I still think it's a good thing they did. They said, we want to know who did this, but not because we want that person to be punished. We just want to talk to them. We want an explanation for why they would do something like this, but that's it. We just want to have a conversation. We're not interested in putting them behind bars. We're not interested in that person having to pay some sort of hefty fine. We'll get through this, but we just want to know why someone would do something like that. And I thought to myself when I heard that, wow, that's a really generous, good, gracious thing for them to say. And, I'm an atheist, and there are atheist billboards across the country that have been vandalized. And I think if any of those atheist groups would have said something like that, that would have made headlines everywhere. And again, not just for the sake of publicity, but because that's the genuinely awesome thing to do in that position, to say, you know what, this atheist billboard got vandalized. Hopefully we can replace it, and maybe we won't. But we're not interested in getting revenge. We just want to know why someone, dislikes us so much that they would want to ruin our property. And we just want that explanation. And we hope we can talk some sense into them that, even if you disagree with us, just admit that was a bad thing you did, apologize maybe, and we'll move on from this. I think that would be an amazing thing for any group to say. So as much as I don't understand and really don't care much for Faith in Action and this group and everything they do, I think in this case, they handled the situation perfectly. And I think we could all learn a lesson from that. My name is Hemant Mehta. I write for friendlyatheist.com, and we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and become part of this discussion.